So how much does it cost to become a loan signing agent? Well, let me break down all the costs for you. So first and foremost, you need to get your notary commission. That's just the essential, the fundamental of becoming a signing agent is, if you don't have your notary commission, you can't be a signing agent, period. Like, there's just no way. So first and foremost, yes, you need to get your notary commission, which is through your state. I recommend going through your Secretary of State's website. I didn't do that when I was getting my commission. I went straight through the NNA. I think most of you have heard of them by now. But for some reason, I think everyone thinks that they're the one-all, be-all for notary and anything notary associated. And that's not true. I think there's so many other resources out there and other resources that are cheaper as well. I was just scrolling Groupon yesterday and I found a notary class for like $20, $30. So again, go ahead and check, do your research. There's so many other classes you can get out there for a lower price, but that's what so I went through the NNA, and for my state in California, I'm required to take an exam the same day that I am required to take my class on it. So I think you also have to get your fingerprints checked at the course. I don't know how it is now with COVID, but that ran me a total of $290. So yeah, I mean, it's not that cheap when you're starting out. Again, I don't overall as a business, I think this is a really great investment, and that's why I'm saying it's not too much to start a business. But in the grand scheme of things, if you are working maybe a part-time job, that could be a pretty big chunk of your check. So just maybe save up for that, and you don't need to get everything all at once. And I think that's the beauty of starting this. So you need to get your notary commission. Again, check your Secretary of State's website, because all the requirements for each state are different. I think California is probably one of the hardest ones, but yes, so you want to go ahead and do that. So next, after you got your notary commission, you passed your exam, congrats, you're gonna have to get your bond. So your bond insures the public from any notarial mistakes, deliberate mistakes. I don't know why anybody would do that, but I guess it happens. So it only protects the public. It does not protect you as a notary. And I think that's a confusing part. For the state of California, you only need a $15,000 bond, which cost me, I think, $38. So again, that's not that bad. And then, yeah, for your state, I don't know, other than California, I don't know what's required for your bond. So yeah, $38. So after you get your bond, the next step is to get your E&O insurance. This right here protects you as a notary. So again, if you make any mistakes, any notarial mistakes, you're insured, essentially. So you can get a minimum of $25K. I think that's just the minimum requirement for most signing agencies. I got $100K because I want to work with escrow officers. So I paid $100, I think a little over $100 for that one, but I went through the NNA to get it. And again, do your research, because there's so many other places that give you insurance. And from what I've heard is that the NNA's E&O insurance does not protect you from any signing agent mistakes. So that differs from notary mistakes, because notarial mistakes are, you miss a signature, you miss a date, you miss a stamp. Your signing agent, I guess mistakes would be if you missed a drop-off date. Let's see, at FedEx, you missed the wrong time for drop-off. So what that means is that they could possibly sue you for that. So there's a company, I believe it's called Biberk. Biberk protects, their E&O insurance protects you as a signing agent and your notarial acts. So I would go through Biberk to get your insurance. That's something that I need to do again. I totally wasted a little over $100, but I mean, it's fine. I've recouped my startup costs, so that's okay. But definitely get your E&O insurance from Biberk. I'll put a link down below to help you guys out. After you get your E&O insurance, you want to get background checked by the NNA. I can't remember if being background checked also means being certified by the NNA. This definitely does help, and as much as I'm telling you to do more research, I do recommend that you get this through the NNA, because sometimes I do see this on signing services websites, or like NNA approved, and it's something to brag about when you're talking to signing agents, or sorry, to escrow officers, because it gives them that that reassurance that you're an actual notary and you know what you're doing, you've gone through the procedures, all that stuff. So background check is really important because they need to know that you're essentially a civil member of society. You don't have a felony. You can have a misdemeanor, I believe. Again, that differs per state, so check your state's requirements. But yeah, so you want to get that background check ASAP. Once you've gone through all the admin stuff, you need to get a notary journal. This one is like $15, I believe. I think I got mine for $15. Yeah, just go ahead and check which one best suits you and what you need. I originally got my journal from the NNA. Again, don't get it from the NNA. That one was so time consuming because in the state of California, you need to fill out every single thing that you've notarized, and that meant I had to write out quitclaim deed, signature, name affidavit, occupancy affidavit. Like I had to handwrite those things, and I found the Modern Journal, which it's for notarial acts, and that already has everything listed. So I just check it off and it's super easy. So Modern Journal, I'll try to link that below as well. But yeah, so Notary Journal is your next step. Okay, so now that you have the basics, the essentials to start signing, at this point, you could start signing whenever you want, technically. Like you can start going to loan signing services, get that first signing, do as you please. But I highly recommend that you take a loan signing course. This can be a loan signing system with Mark Will's, Notary to Pro. There's so many out there too. I don't know the other ones, but I know there are other ones out there. They might be cheaper, I don't know. The NNA also has one, but again, I personally didn't like that one. I couldn't stay focused with that one. And I don't think it's really a module. It's more of a workbook that you just kind of like look through and teach yourself. So if that's not your teaching method or your learning method, I don't recommend you go through the NNA. But again, there's so many other courses out there. Go ahead and research them, see which one works best with your learning style. So my course cost me $197, I believe, but that's really good, really important information that I needed to give me that confidence and those skills to get out there. And it paid back. My investment was paid back in like 2 signings. Basically 2, maybe 2.5, 1.5 signings. So that's not a bad investment. It's something that, even though you don't need this, it's not required by any state or any signing service or from any escrow officer. It's really good to have. I mean, again, if you're trying to save costs, you could also go through YouTube. You could probably find so much through here. When I was going through my signing course, I was also checking references on YouTube just to make sure that what I was learning on there matched what these people were saying. And it was other helpful tips that I wasn't learning in my course. So you can find everything out there. Be resourceful. So the next thing that you're going to need is a printer. This is an essential. Actually, this is probably just as important as your notary commission, because if you don't have a printer, you can't work, and you can't print anything outside of your home really, because if you print in a library or FedEx, I think they have access to that information, and it's very private information that we're getting emailed to us. So do not print in public. You need to get a printer at home. A lot of people ask if you need a printer with a scanner. I got one with mine because I like taking a lot of photos, pictures, so I like scanning my photos. And I was really stubborn about my Brother printer, so I got a really good one with a scanner. But because of that, mine doesn't. I can't add on a second tray for legal and letter, which was really, really horrible because it's so time consuming. I don't recommend the printer that I have to anybody. What the printer that everybody has is called the Brother. Give me a second. HL-L5200DWT. Oh my god, that was a tongue twister. I'll link that below because that was a lot to say, and it's actually currently sold out, but check again when it's back in stock. I'm probably gonna have to purchase that one because I don't have a double-decker printer, and I'm willing to invest again. I might sell this printer, my old printer, I don't know. I don't get a lot of scan backs, to be quite honest, and I think that's the main reason why everyone wants to get a scanner. I have maybe gotten a total of 2 out of 40 scan backs, so it's really not that essential. But again, if you do want it, just in case. I recommend looking for a Brother, or not even Brother, you can get HP. Any printer that's laser, you need a laser printer because you need to print like at least 30 pages per minute. You need a lot. And then you need, laser, and then you want to get one with a double tray because that's going to save your life. If you don't have that, you're going to have to sort letter and legal by yourself. So I think my printer cost me around $367. That was with an additional toner because I already knew that I was gonna go through toner fast. So that really did save my butt like the first week I started signing because I had to back up. And then next, you're gonna need your stationery items. So that's gonna be things like your letter paper, legal paper, toner. Again, these are reoccurring costs. You're also gonna need folders. I invested in these folders, just, you know, the regular legal size folders. They're not Manilla folders. I don't know what to call them. They're just envelopes. I use that to, you know, make sure the papers are okay and good when I travel to the signing, back from the signing, and then when I give them to escrow officers, it also looks nicer and just neat because, you know, everything's just nice and clean in there. So definitely recommend getting that. And then, okay, nobody told me that you need blue pens. I didn't know until my first signing that it said to sign in blue or black ink. So luckily I didn't have a blue pen that day, but it didn't specifically ask for blue pen. So I do recommend you get that before any of your signings because your first signing might require blue ink, and I didn't know this was an industry standard until I got into it. So I want to spread that out there right now because I'm a blue pen person personally, but you know, whatever floats their boat, honestly. So get those pens. I also got a little pencil pouch just to hold everything in there. I also got single strip ink strips for your thumbprints for a notary journal because, you know, it's COVID. Nobody wants to touch the same ink pad. It's kind of gross right now. So I went ahead and bought that. That was a little pricey from the NNA. Don't know if I'm going to purchase that again because it is a little pricey, but we'll see. Let's see, what else do we need? I mean, yes, you probably also do want hand sanitizer right now at this moment. So stock up on that. Again, letter, legal, and those papers and your toner are going to be reoccurring cost. So what I do is I go to Costco. I think it costs $30 for a 10 reams of letter, and then legal I found a really good price on Amazon. If I can find that, I'll link that below as well. But always be on the lookout for paper deals. Like you can find so much on Staples, Office Depot, Office Max, all that stuff. So so those are the startup costs with that. I would just, you know, try to keep your costs as low as possible because again, this is a business and you need to profit, especially after your startup costs. It took me about 15-16 signings to get all my startup costs back. So yeah, after 15 signings, I was profitable, which is a really good thing. So I think the grand total of what it cost me to start signing was $1,118. So yes, that is a lot, but thankfully, and I was fortunate enough to get unemployment during these hard times, and that I used that money to go ahead and support this. So I know a lot of people aren't in that position to just be able to spend the unemployment because yeah, we still had to pay rent, groceries, all that stuff, but maybe if another stimulus check hits, go ahead and use that towards this. It's a really great investment. So again, thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and like this, please, if you want to see more like this, and other people that are just starting out can see this information as well. And leave a comment. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys.